What up, BBT Nation? Today was a wild day. So many moves at the open. SIG was a great opening range breakup. Brian called that in the chat room. DLTR, great opening range breakdown. A bunch of people caught that. These were like $6, $7 moves, which is amazing given the time of the month we're in, leading up into the long weekend. Anyways, PDCO was in my sights. I saw it do kind of a flag type of deal on the 1 minute chart, and it was opening up with a big white candle, nice small body, only 30 cents. I'm like, okay, this thing's probably going to be good opening range breakup material above the VWAP. And the funny thing is, it was on SSR. It had gapped down huge, like double digits, minus 10, 12% or something like that. And then I missed the entry. I was thinking going long at 2050 here, putting my stop somewhere down here below VWAP, and then boom, all it took was 3-4 seconds. I flinched and the thing took off, just ran away. And I was like, oh, I missed PDCO. And Carlos is like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And he rode this whole thing up to high of the day, and he was done his day pretty quickly, right? So I'm pretty sure he got in here, got out most here, and then he stopped out here. And then I saw it doing this. I saw it doing this descending wedge, and normally this is a very bearish pattern to me. This is almost like a bearish engulfing crack, but you split the candle into two rather than one, right? So it's kind of like this descending wedge, and if it loses this level, then it's game over. But then I looked back in the pre-market and I said, you know what? Is that really a descending wedge, or is it just another ugly flag that's kind of gotten distorted because of how violent the open was, right? So then I went and looked at the 15-minute chart and seeing how was this thing behaving leading up into the open, and it was somewhat upward trend. This was almost flaggish like here, right? Flaggish like pop. So what did I do? I ended up taking it long above the VWAP. I put a very tight stop at VWAP because I knew this was going to be a risky trade, given the fact that it's a bearish looking formation. So I went long right after this little mini bull flag, actually. Boom! And then what did it do? It basically went back to high of the day. So this is the same distance as the original orb, right? First trade of the day, 9.55. Basically caught some sort of reincarnated orb, same size, everything, right? I got most of that off here, but then I realized it was so strong. What was this thing going to do? I just held. I decided to hold, and the thing ran away. It ran away. It just kept going, hit 21.12, had a level here, got to this moving average, 21.40, still had some left, $22 still had some left. Finally, all out at $23, which is like I don't even know, $2.30 from my original entry. I barely had anything left, but that's a massive, massive move. It almost got back to previous day close, almost filled the gap, but then it pulled back here. So that's pretty crazy for a stock that gapped down that's on SSR. And the funny thing is, so I missed the orb, but Carlos caught that. He had my back, but then he got stopped out here, and I took over. And then he was like, "Oh, I wish I held some." I was like, "Don't worry, I got you, fam." And we basically took turns making money on this thing, which is awesome. Teamwork always wins. But I want to talk about this today. So I was talking to another trader about FOMO on days like today when you don't catch the moves. And I said, think about it like this. There's 4 P's. Patience, right? It's okay to miss the moves because there will always be other opportunities. Be patient. Pickiness. Be selective on your setups. Brian was saying this today, right? Find those A1s, whatever meets that definition in your book. Be very selective. Don't get caught up in the chop and the FOMO of the micro gyrations. So patience and pickiness. If you focus on those two, what's going to result? You're going to end up making profits. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, right? And with profits, when you get you become consistently profitable, then will come the pride. And with pride, you're going to build your confidence, and it becomes like a cycle. You get more confident, you take better trades. What does that lead to? More profits, more consistency, more pride. Take better trades with more confidence. It's a cycle like this, guys. So, on days like today, if you miss all these moves like I did, sat around for 25 minutes, there's still stuff left. And sometimes it turns out that, if you just waited, you would have been better off, right? Rather than getting stopped out, you might have been able to catch this whole thing after the pullback. So anyways, that's my recap. Thanks for watching all.